think it's safe to say that it's a rear main seal problem and not a leaking oil pan. And kind of knew it was gonna be in the back of my mind, but I didn't want to believe it. So there's the back of the flywheel there. It's that big oil spot and stuff all over. So it actually looks to me like this seal actually walked out of the seal holder, because that's the seal sticking out right there. It looks like a pretty fresh spot. I wonder if this seal was stuck on the crank and just spinning inside that bore. I wonder if I'm going to need a new holder there. I could probably start it up and look and verify it. But see my light. I mean, there ain't too much verification that I need. You can see it's just leaking out right there. So I'm pretty sure that's the problem. My only other question I got is if I'm going to need a new seal housing back here, because that seal spun inside that housing. So maybe I'll start her up and see what we get. I don't think anything's going to go flying. But alright, I'm an idiot. Never mind. Ain't nothing to turn without the flywheel in. So, yeah. Pay no attention to the idiot behind the curtain. I'm just gonna go out on a limb and say that it ain't doing much, because there it is. That was easy. So this wear sleeve is pretty rusty, so I'm pretty sure I'm going to need a new one, so that's just going to ruin the seal going over it probably. So I have to get a new wear sleeve, a new seal, potentially a new cover. I'm probably just going to buy the new cover, because I don't know how long this has been spinning in there, or when it started spinning. I do know that it usually comes with that red crap on it, and it's there, but it's not anywhere else. So it's spun in there at least a few times, and I could feel some roughness. So it's been spinning. And I don't want to stick another one in and have it not hold. So I mean, it kind of stinks. I gotta unbolt the back of the oil pan, but I guess it is what it is. It ain't a huge deal. The other thing I don't like about that is centering. I don't know if there's any locating dowels. It probably isn't, to recenter the seal on the back there to make sure it's perfectly around. Huh. Alright, well. I'll get on that. Alright, so here's a seal kit that I needed, and comes with some pieces. We get the little rope seal thingy in the back. We get that. We get the seal with the rear sleeve and the rear seal housing. So, I did some measuring, because obviously we got to have the space to get this in there, which is just kind of just a little wear thing that protects the seal. So the crank sticks out from the face of this about what was it? It sticks out 228 thousandths. This outer seal here is about 212 thousandths. So it means I need it to be down, I think it was 16 thousandths. So then the top of this has to be recessed into this 16 thousandths, which really isn't a huge amount. I do not have seal installer for this. You can get one from Freedom Racing if you want, but it's about $260. So what I do have is I have the seal for a 2000 to a 2000 and something or other Max Force, or the dt466 not what I have here, for the 6 1/8 inch crankshaft. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this as a seal driver. Take the outer part, which fits basically. This is for the other seal, so obviously it's a 6 1/8, so it's a little too big, but I have the adapter that I got with it for the Max Force engine, which takes this recess section there and it makes it flat. Put that in. I wish I had the seal installer, because it's just like you just bolt it on and then it just puts it in, it sets the depth, it does everything, it works great. So I got this. So now we are flat. So I'm going to take this out, put this on top, and it catches the outside, and I'm going to drive the seal in. And then once I have it flat with the face of this, which hopefully this is all the same thickness, I imagine it is, I'm going to take these washers and I'm going to stack them all around the outside, and then I'm going to use this on top and I'm going to drive it down so it's flat again, about the thickness of one of these washers, and that ought to get us in there. So I'm going to use a few of them and I'm just going to run them all around the outside to make even pressure, and hopefully it works. So we'll give it a try. Pull this out. This one didn't have a part number on it like the other one did. I guess it don't really matter. we're all flush. I want to go down a smidge, like I said. I'm a little nervous about using these washers because I might send them flying. I have to try to figure out something else. Because if the washer doesn't hit right, then it'll shoot all over the place. I might damage the seal. I don't really want to do that. But you want it straight. If it's cocked in there, then it's gonna cause it to wear one side or the other as the crank spins in there. So I'm gonna put this wear ring on with the other part of the seal that's flat on the back. So I'm gonna use that and just kind of slip it on there, and then use that big piece to, it's a big piece to kind of press it on. And yeah, I mess around with this a little bit more and see what we can do. But as of right now, I think that might be all right. I'd say I'd rather shave this down than to go messing around and damage the seal, because like I said, I don't have the right installing tool to set it to depth. It doesn't have to be specifically all the way in there. There's room on there. It can be kind of wherever, as long as it rides on the seal. But yeah, so I mean, obviously it can't be too far out, otherwise it's going to be rubbing up against the flywheel. So I got to try to, like I say, get it in where it works best. Kind of wish I had. All right, so I got it all right around 43 thousandths all the way around from the top, so I feel pretty good about that. It didn't really do anything to seal. I mean, you could feel a little bit of where I tapped it, but it's not anything too severe. So I think we'll be good. It's not an ideal way of installing it, but like I said, it's not that bad. The sealing surface is this surface right here anyway. This outside piece is just to keep dirt and stuff from going in. So that's not a huge deal. It's mostly the I could say the outside, that's the, or the inside piece, that's the real sealing edge. So there's that. We'll go and drive this on and we should be good to go. All right. Okay, so I have no real idea how I'm going to get this wear ring off. Once I get the rear seal off. I'm also wondering if the oil level is up above the rear seal. I don't know. We'll find out though. So I took the 4 bolts out that go through the bottom of the oil pan into the bottom of the seal. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the seal off now. And I'm going to try to get this wear ring off. I would leave the wear ring on, but I believe that it is all rusty. So if I leave it on, it's just going to ruin the seal. I'm just kind of pulling it away a little bit. See if we see any leaking. I don't see any. I think we're all right. Let's see, there is oil on those and no Loctite, in case anyone's wondering. Uh-oh. Oh yeah. Crap. All right. So I'm going to take a little bit of oil out of this, I guess, because yes, it is above. It is not very far above, but I got to get the oil down so that I can clean up the gasket surface and then put a little RTV in there in the corners. So I don't want it to be up too high because it won't work. So let me get a wrench, some rubber gloves. I took out about a gallon, roughly, I think. So hopefully we don't get any more leakage. There's that. Yeah, it tore a little bit off, but should be all right. Here's our seal on the back and such. cry with either, of course. Well, I nicked it a little bit back here, but it ain't gonna matter. So, I'm gonna get some emery cloth and kind of clean this up a little bit. Try to take that burr off that I just put on there. You can see a couple little spots there. It's not really bad right here. It's just that little bit in the back there kind of scraped it, but it'll be alright. And I want to get the rust off the outside here. Take that rough spot off. little bit of our TV right there. I don't think it's entirely all that necessary, but did it anyway. Let's make sure this goes over the hole. It does. Does that actually line up with the bolt holes? Oh, wow, it does. You know what? I'm gonna see if I can just use the 2 bolts to run this down instead of going by hand or whacking it, hitting it, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't want to go. A little bit longer. Okay, it's annoying. Let's see if we got it on enough to get one of these bolts started. I'm close. Almost close enough to rip out some threads, I guess. Here we are. New sleeve. Nice and flush. Clean up this surface here. Clean up that again. I think this, I don't know if this is one of those seals that have to go in dry, like the Cummins ones. But yeah.
Well, if your guess was yes, the oil level is above the fucking bottom of the rear main seal, you are correct.
Above it?
It was. I don't know how much above it. It started leaking a little bit, so I just drained some out. Yeah, if you're ever wondering,